Hello and welcome back to the Big Green Umbrella Podcast, the Under the Umbrella Podcast. This is the February 1st edition, coming to you live from the Big Green Umbrella Media Studio. I am one of your hosts, Cody Williams, Cityview reporter with...
Tammy Pearson, Iowa Living Magazine's editor.
I already asked you, but Tammy, how are you?
I'm the heck fine. How the heck are you?
I'm the heck fine as well.
Glorious day. I mean, beautiful out there this morning. So
It is. The sun has finally been shining the past couple of days. It's clearing up. The warmer weathers are coming. The El Nino and the El Nino are actually here.
Beautiful.
It's great. It was nice to get a little sunshine yesterday. And
to be able to see the pavement again. Get rid of enough snow we can actually see the parking lot.
I almost forgot it was there.
Yeah.
I don't know how many potholes you've been running into on the highway. I feel like they're 10 times worse than normal.
Oh, they're terrible.
Oh my God. They're everywhere. And they're like craters.
I read a story. Where was it? I don't remember, about the amount of damage someone received on their car because they hit a extremely bad pothole.
Oh,
So be careful.
Yeah, and you ever hit you're maybe listening to music or a podcast and you hit a pothole so bad, you turn the music down and you focus. You're like, that sounded expensive.
Yes, you're just waiting for some light to start blinking on your car.
You just go, oh, I got to lock in.
Yep.
Well, Tammy, why don't you hit us with the joke of the day, your best work of this week?
This one was popular. How do you know that pigeons are wealthy?
I don't know.
Stay tuned for the answer.
I'm excited. I'm excited as always for that.
I'm glad you enjoy my riddle of the day.
They're some of my favorite parts of the day, to be honest.
Sure. Who doesn't need a good laugh? Hopefully.
Everybody.
Hopefully not a groan.
Well, Tammy, why don't you go ahead and hit us with some of the Iowa Living Magazine stories that are coming up?
Well, it's February, beginning of a new month, so we have a beginning of a new cover story topic. And for February, it is golden employees and people who are working past the traditional retirement age talk about why they are doing that. And you can see Johnston, Adele, and Winterset Living magazines online now at www.iowalivingmagazines.com. But I wanted to point out one story in Winterset that was really, I think, unusually deep for our magazines. And it's a story about Barbara Kingery Schultz. Nope, that's wrong. She's one of our golden retirees. Sorry. It was about Tammy Jensen, who is raising awareness about glioblastoma, which is a brain cancer. And she is currently undergoing treatment for that. There is no cure, so she gives her insights about living with that. And she has a remarkable attitude. And I just think that although it was a very sad story to read, she also gave a very uplifting viewpoint about that. So you can read that in the Winterset Living magazine, which is online.
That was a great story.
Yeah, it was. But on to you. What's going on with Cityview?
On to me. Well, I tell you what, we've got a brand new edition of Cityview.
Yes.
Brand spanking new.
And biggest edition of the year.
Biggest edition of the year. I'll get into why it is so, but yeah, it's a thick one.
Sympathies for poor Mike, our circulation manager, and his drivers who are trying to put those magazines out today.
Yesterday morning, he needed some help unloading the van after all of the event, getting everything out of the van so he could get all the issues into it. And he said, why'd you have to write so much? Why did it have to be so much? He said, these are bigger than last year. Oh my God.
It's a good thing, except if you're trying to fill racks with them.
Right. I said, I'm beholden to the word count, Mike. I have to. I must. But I can detail a couple of the stories that are coming out for you this month. First of up, I'm going to talk about Stray Thoughts, written by Randy Evans. It's titled Iowa Needs to Stop Creeping Secrecy Over Names. He goes into detail about whether police can or should refuse to identify persons involved in incidents and crimes. He gives us several examples over the past few years without spoiling any, but it was a great read. It was a really good look into how the police department handles when they do release a name, when they don't release a name. It's whether it has to do with somebody who's high profile or not. It was a great read. It was a great look into it, and hopefully we get some more clarity on stuff like that in the future.
He pointed out some specific cases in which there really was inconsistent application of whatever rules departments might be going by. And, of course, Randy Evans being with the Freedom of Information Council is looking at it as a point of view that the public has a right to know what these things are and why not share that information. Great story.
It was great. That was one of his best, I think. Civic Skinny. We went into university sabbaticals for UNI, ISU, and UI. This was really fun to look into, comb through that report, see who are, which professors are going to be going on sabbaticals. There's a ton of interesting requests. And the professors at all the universities do a great job, and they do a lot of great research. But it was fun to find some of the more interesting, more wacky ones, where they're going to be going, what they're going to be doing, why they're doing it, combing through all 106 of them. It was worth the time. It was a little bit of a comb through, and it was fun, but there were some really interesting ones, and I think I put some fun ones in there.
And let's be honest, Cody, some of them make you go, huh?
Yeah, some of you,
they're studying what?
They're studying upholstery?
In Paris. I mean, okay, I want to take a sabbatical to Paris.
Right.
I promise you I can find something of interest to study there.
Yeah, and that I suppose they've earned the right to do so, and if that's what they're
absolutely.
But you see that and you go, oh, I wish I could take 6 months to go to Paris to study that, and not to pick on them too much, but it was just, it's fun to look at that. There's a lot of differences in where people are going, and I just like to pick out the more interesting ones. There's a lot of great research and a lot of great work being done overall.
They are adding tremendous knowledge to their fields of study. So
they are. A lot of them are bringing it back to write books for their courses. It is great. But it's also funny.
Yes. A good read.
Well, thank you. I tried very hard on that, as I do all my work.
Of course.
Next up, we're going to talk about Des Moines Forgotten, done by Christian Day. He did a deep dive into the early years of the Best of Des Moines winners. He came into the office last month, combed through some of the old editions, found some really great bits and bobs from over the years, and he goes into some of the history, and you're looking at businesses that, were once thriving and they were winning best of awards and now they're out of business, or, this place won this, 15 years ago and they're still going strong. He found a lot of cool stuff in those old editions. That was really cool. It was a good read.
I love his look back at what was going on. Gosh, how far back did he go?
I think he went as far back as he could, because some of the ones, I think he traced it as far back as he could, which I can't remember how far back that truly goes, but he went pretty deep. He found some of the most original winners. Some of the categories that aren't in anymore, some of the ones that have been in there the entire time.
Yes.
It was great. It was great. That was a good read. Very topical for the moment. I figured I'd get that one in early while we're talking about him.
Right.
And then that leads us, of course, to the Best of Des Moines feature story, which is detailing all 271 winners, over 22,000 votes in total. You get a nice little paragraph about each of the winners, and we just it takes up a huge chunk. So what I just counted this morning, looking through the magazine, it's 40 plus pages.
And how many words was that?
It was just over 19,000 words.
Wow.
Just over.
Worked hard. And Mike is out there delivering
it. Poor Mike. And that's a big shout out, Mike. and his team of delivery drivers getting all those out. And then also a big shout out to Celeste for putting together the cover that we've got this year. It looks absolutely fantastic.
I love this cover.
Mm-hmm.
It's just classy, isn't it?
It is. It's very classy. It's very stylish. She does fantastic work on these covers and everything else.
And
she
everything
does.
else.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. But this cover just looks fantastic. It all came together. A lot of hard work from everybody around, and it was a beast to write. But it was a lot of fun to find all the, reading about the best businesses from every little nook and cranny in the city. Finding out. If you do want to find, if you're looking for a service, you're looking for a place to eat, you just want to know how people feel, great resource to go back to and look, well, who are the people of Des Moines voting for? Who are they saying this is the best one? Well, let's go there. I know I've done that a lot over the years. If I'm looking for a place to eat, if I'm in the mood for some Italian food, who won it? All right, I'll go there. Maybe I'll go to one of the runners-up. So big congratulations to all the winners and all the runner-ups. Fantastic all around.
We saw a lot of return winners and a lot of new ones as well. But you're absolutely right. I want to go to every single restaurant listed in the Best of Des Moines.
Mm-hmm. And then speaking of, let's talk about the event that was on Tuesday, just a couple days ago. That was my first time ever being there, and I got to work it. And I mean, Shane did not undersell it, and everybody in the office, they're like, it's a big deal. It's a lot of fun. It's a great event, and I had a great time. I had a fantastic time.
And the attendees did as well. There was a lot of cheering and clapping and a little bit of partying, I'd say.
A little bit of partying. I ran into some interesting people towards the end that definitely enjoyed their night. Yeah, that was a lot. I ran into some people that I know that I haven't seen over, the past couple of years. That was great. That was a lot of fun. It's nice to see the whole office come together, working together, making sure everything kind of goes well. Everybody who helped up with the setup from the audio. That was just a great time. It was a great time.
And it was held at the FFA Enrichment Center at the DMAC campus in Ankeny for the second year in a row. Great facility.
Really nice.
And our capacity was, I think, about 800 people. So we were full.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it was full. Couldn't take any more.
It was a lot of people there and a lot of people having a great time. It was fun. When I got to get away from the sign-in table and pop into the, where the presentation was happening to see like someone get their name called and you see them pop up and pump their fist. And I saw two guys run and hug each other. And I remember I was sitting right behind Ron Sorensen when they were announcing some of the radio awards. And I think he won Best Radio Personality and KFMG won Best Radio Station. It was fun to just look behind them and they're holding hands. You get in, they just kind of give a little. They weren't getting rowdy, but it was fun to just see like, oh, they're right there.
That's right.
It was.
And I also saw a few people who, when the winner was announced, were, darn it, it's not us. But hey, if they were there, if they were in the top 3, they are winners.
They are. They absolutely are. And let me tell you a little bit about what's coming up this weekend. Some stuff that you can do, some fun stuff going around the city.
Yeah, get out and enjoy these warmer temperatures.
I know. It won't be quite as the 50s, but it'll be high 30s, 40s.
Hey, it's
sunshine.
It's February, I mean.
January is finally over. I don't know how we made it, but you've got Iowa's original RV show. That'll be at the fairgrounds. That's actually starting today, but that'll be going through the whole weekend. If you're maybe looking to buy an RV, if you just want to do a little window shopping, I know that's something that's, spring and the summer's coming right around the corner. If you're going to be looking to take a big, long trip, that always looks like a lot of fun to me, RV camps and RV trips.
Those RVs are absolutely amazing. Mm-hmm. They're like a second home.
And it still never makes sense to me that buses and RVs have all that space and they fit all that stuff in them and they fit into the same lane that my little old car does. And I feel like I'm barely about to touch people, and then you're like, that person's got 3 bedrooms in the other lane and a bathroom.
It would be kind of nice to always have your all your possessions
Right.
and a restroom close at hand.
Mm-hmm.
But I would hate to drive.
That I would
One of them.
hate to drive one. I would hate to drive one. There's way too much to think about with that. But that'll be going on today and the rest of the weekend. Kathy Griffin is going to be at Hoyt Sherman tomorrow night doing her on her comedy tour. She's been making the rounds again after taking some time off, I believe, and that should be a good time if you're looking for a good comedy show. She's a pretty well-known comedian.
Yes.
And for you sports fans, the Iowa Wolves will be playing the Sioux Falls Skyforce on Saturday at Wells Fargo Arena. Should be a good time if you're looking for some hoops.
You bet.
Oh, yeah.
And I know it's not coming up this weekend, but I have to say I heard that Barry Manilow is coming to Des Moines.
Is he really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Can I
Don't
speak?
forget to mention the date because I don't remember it. But hey, for all those people of my generation, Barry Manilow fans, you guys, this is going to be his last tour, he says. Last trip to Des Moines. He's 80. We've got to see him now.
Do you know where he's going? He's going to be at Wells Fargo. Do you know where he's going?
Pretty sure it's the Civic Center.
Civic Center. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Oh, that's great. I didn't know that.
I'm going to be singing Barry Manilow songs today.
We got to put one of those
Poor
on the board.
Cody.
All right, well, Tammy, you're going to hit us with the joke.
Oh, I almost
answer?
forgot. Yes. How do you know pigeons are wealthy?
How do you know?
They're always making deposits on expensive cars.
I really liked that one.
Okay, I thought it was a good one,
I
too.
thought it was good. I thought it was a little clever. I really liked Beckham's today. I think his today was the best of the bunch.
Share it.
Oh, no.
We can do a bonus one.
Let me see if I can remember it. What do you do when you see a spaceman?
Oh, I do remember the answer. Go ahead.
Well, park, man. Oh, no. I get a phone call.
Oh, dear. We'll sign off and answer.
I'll sign off. Well, we'd like to thank you once again for listening to the Big Green Umbrella podcast here at Big Green Umbrella Studios. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. You can read the Guthrie Center publications at www.gctimesnews.com. You can read the Iowa Living magazines at www.iowalivingmagazines.com. And you can read all the Cityview stories with a brand new edition that just came out at www.dmcityview.com. If you have a story suggestion or would like to make a comment, you can send those to editor@dmcityview.com. Thank you and bye.